So we have this pigeon-chested, dirty, confused, stinking, good-for-nothing rat who has decided to open her mouth and discuss the fact that she is not here for Black Lives Matter and thinks it's absolutely dreadful.
Protest. I don't support protests, and I also did not support the protests that were associated.
You don't support protest?
I didn't support the protest.
Oh, that protest. I thought you said you didn't support protest at all. I know it's a draconian government, but I didn't know I could go to jail for 10 years for protesting. But do go on.
Well, those protests were dreadful. And
indeed. Would you?
Hey guys, it's Murad Morali. Hopefully you guys are doing well today. Back at again with another video. If you haven't subscribed, guys, click that button for daily and consistent content. Head over to my Instagram, my Patreon, and new videos dropping out there today. So much content coming out today, guys. It never stops. Subscribe, and let's break this down. I'm not involved, guys. I'm only here to address it, and this is what we're going to be addressing. Merch in the bio below as well. So we have Miss Priti Patel, who has decided to speak again when nobody asked. Nobody. And she is referring to the fact that she believes Black Lives Matter protests were absolutely dreadful, that she would never take the knee, and that she's not here for protests at all, regardless of whether they're peaceful or not. And it begs me to question what is going on behind the scenes. Because normally for conservatives, for Tories to, make these such, heinous kind of remark, there's always something going on behind the scenes where they're trying to cover up or hide or cause a distraction. I feel like politics love to play this chess move, and this is what we need to look at, behind the silver lining of what is behind this message that you're trying to put out. What are you trying to cover up? Because if it's not the Conservatives and Tories, they genuinely love to cover up something every single day. But what they need to be covering up is their clapped faces. And this is what Priti Patel should do. And I don't know why she's saying all of this. I feel like she should be ashamed of herself. But then again, have you seen her man? The girl has already been through enough. So I just feel like, these individuals, they really have no shame. These are the leaders of our country. These are the leaders of our cities. And this is how they represent themselves. And over time, guys, as listen, I love my London. I will never change my London for anything. I grew up in such a diverse city. I was around so many different groups of races and demographics and cultures around me simultaneously at the same time, and that has brought me to a level of such experience and code switching and etc that I will never ever, that I'll be always grateful for. But as I grow older, sometimes I'm just thinking, is London really it? Why must we suffer in these countries when we have these leaders who don't know how to act, don't know what to, it's just becoming, at this point, guys, I want to just mute an island and call it a day, because I'm over it. I'm so over these people. We see something stupid coming out every single day, and she's trending #1 now on Twitter, and I'm not surprised by it. But also, have you no shame as a person, as an individual, to call these protests dreadful, that you would never take the knee, that they were violent or whatever? And none of these protests were absolutely violent. Believe me, I was at some of them during last summer. None of them were that violent at all. People were doing sit-in protests. They were peaceful, they were chanting, they were walking across bridges, and there was also during a lockdown, so it's not as if there were several cars flying by trying to get to work and whatever. So I just feel like there is no need for her to be saying all of this, but she's doing it because I feel like there's a distraction. I feel like they're hiding something. Tories love to do a cover-up. They love to hide something. It's a specific chess move in the political world that we see too often across the damn board all over the world. And I'm not surprised by what she's saying, but at the same time I feel like she maybe wants a response, or realizes, I don't know, have you no shame as somebody who is a brown woman? We have so many of these racial gatekeepers who like to, gatekeep the gates of their cultures and their races, and they think they're everything, but really and truly, they're just funneling in so many of these disastrous kind of, supremacy-related rules that are damaging to people and cultures and races, and they know they're doing it, but it's okay because they are the front person who is, a brown person, therefore they can't be racist. Therefore, the Conservative Party or this party can't be racist. They're exempt from this because they have a person who is brown or black or so forth at the front fourth. And these are tactics that a lot of political parties like to play. We have the Conservatives. I've done a video on this, on Priti Patel, on Rishi Sunak, and the other one, I forgot his name, the bold one, and these three Asian individuals who like to play the front runners for racism. I've covered this, guys, already, and I just find it to be so annoying that we're seeing this all over again, guys. And these leaders, I feel like they know what they're doing. They know what they're saying. Like either that or they're just too dumb to be in power, and that is just how our country. And I know Boris and when it comes to Boris, he doesn't know what he's saying. We all know he's genuinely just too dumb. But when it comes to Priti Patel, I think there's something else behind the lines. I think they're trying to hide up something, and I wouldn't be surprised. Let me know your thoughts are, guys, when it comes to this absolute mess. Subscribe to the channel, click that button, and I'll catch you guys soon for another video.